Hey, what's going on, guys? It is your good friend Matt. We're back again here today at the only place that we always can be. And as you already know, that is Matt's Wrestling Collectibles right here on YouTube. Today, we are back again with another episode of New Figure Pickups. This is episode 109 here today. And I am so excited to be able to do this as we have not had one of these in a few weeks. It's definitely been a little busy over here, doing a lot, trying to also get some game footage uploaded. We're actually going to do some more of that, hopefully later today, and especially through the rest of this week into the weekend. But been doing a lot over here the past few days. We actually tore down this entire room, cleaned everything out, tried to really, get a good dusting on it for once, and just what a process that was, trying to put everything back in a different way and trying to figure out how to really make this room work even better for me than it already did. And sometimes, trial and error. So moving a lot of stuff around in here, and now we finally have it set up a little bit more so the way that I'd like. Gonna add some more lighting very soon, so hopefully this video looking as good or better than it did before, but of course you guys will let me know down in the comments below. But episode 109, New Figure Pickups, I'm jumping right into it here. Let's do it. And up first, the thing we have here, it's not even figures, but it's the new pickup. It is none other than WWE2K26 for the PS5. And as you guys already know, I've been uploading a lot of footage from this, trying to upload even more, trying to show you a little bit of everything. We have a few more details to go over. We're going to show off later on this week. Of course, the referee selector screen, some other little things in there, some key details that we have not shown just yet, but a lot of great stuff in this game. I'm going to give a full review on 2K26 in the near future, so be prepared and ready for that. But of course, a great game. A lot of people, not happy with it, not happy with the game, not happy with the price point. It's the same song and dance every year, but we will talk about that in the review to 2K26. But like I would say, a great little pickup here and a great game. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to continue to play through showcase mode. I still got a lot of stuff to do in this game. It's like I said, I had a good time playing it for some few straight days there, but before some other things took a turn and moving a lot of stuff around in here, like I said, now we've kind of died out on it for a little bit here. So hopefully we'll get back to it in the next day or so as of the recording of this video, and we will get you some more footage and gameplay up on the YouTube channel as always. So WWE2K26 is the first pickup of this video. Let's jump into it now. We've got a couple of AEW figures. Let's start off with none other than the man who can just move mountains. It is none other than Claudio Castagnoli, and this coming out of the Unmatched Series 9. I had been really, really wanting this figure, and even as of right now, I still need a Cesaro, an actual Cesaro from the Elite line. But at some point, once we get a Cesaro, I think we're pretty much caught up now as far as Claudio's, Cesaro's, however you want to say it. I have the ROH figure that they did of him, which I think is great. Now having this figure here, I think we're really starting to get that checklist going. Like I always say, sometimes it can be a one and done, might be a few before it's done. But with this one here, now that we have that ROH, we now have this one, maybe a couple of Cesaros, one or two from the Elite line. And I think we're probably going to be just about where we need to be with Claudio Castagnoli in the collection. And also, too, few figures in this video. I do want to give a shout out to a good friend of the channel, Jaden. She helped me out greatly with this figure, as well as a few more that you're going to see here today. So a big shout out to her. Also, a big shout out to my buddy Tommy. I don't know if I did in the last video, but a big shout out to him. Raw Fan Creations. He is absolutely fantastic. Tons of deals and bundles and all kinds of great stuff there. So if you guys have not already checked him out as well, you can find him on Facebook. I believe he does have a MERCARI as well. You can check him out there. And like I said, a great guy there. Tons of customs, great deals, bundles, all kinds of stuff. And Tommy actually having a few figures from the last video. So late post, late shout out, but shout out to my buddy Tommy. And now let's get back though here. Claudio Castagnoli, like I said, this is a great figure. We got the Blackpool Combat Club up on the jacket. And as I said, I was trying to, really complete factions and stuff. So now we got the Moxley, we got this Castagnoli, and, we need a few more that we actually haven't even gotten yet. Obviously, we don't have a Maria Shafir. We don't have some of these people that we do need from the set. We could use a upgrade or updated Daniel Garcia, but with the way things are going right now, I'm not sure if Jazzwares will continue to have this line or continue to make these figures. I guess we will see as we go forward. But a great figure nonetheless, Claudio Castagnoli. And up next, because we got to keep adding to that Blackpool Combat Club, it is none other than Wheeler Yuta. And of course, coming out of the same Unmatched Series 9, coming with that ROH Pure Championship. And I love the attire here. This is now my second Wheeler Yuta figure. Obviously, the first one being his Blood and Guts exclusive, ringside exclusive there. A great figure. Honestly, again, Wheeler Yuta, unless we get something like really updated, more of the new, or now no longer new. But it would be really cool if they made a figure of him with that crazy long hair and maybe gave us like 2 head sculpts, you know, if we got that crazy long hair head sculpt as one, maybe another one with the hair, you know, pulled back to where you can like see his face, and then another one with the, you know, shaven bald head. That would be really cool. That would probably be my next Wheeler Yuta to get if I had to. But as of right now, this marks the end of the Wheeler Yutas that I need. This is it. This is the last of what will be needed in the collection for now. But a great figure. And again, big shout out to Jaden, you know, hooking me up with this, and just awesome figure all the way around. Cannot wait to get this put up into the archives of the AEW figures over there. It's definitely been a piece that needed to get in there. So, Wheeler Yuta, Blackpool Combat Club. Love the shirt, love the attire, love the belt. What a great figure all the way around. And every now and again, between Jazzwares, WWE, or Jazzwares and Mattel, and all these other companies that do it, every now and again, you just get that one that just hits. And I got to say, I think this figure is fantastic. This one definitely just hitting those spots, and a lot of cool things with it. A title, soft goods, all that great stuff. Wheeler Yuta, Unmatched Series 9. And as we continue to move through here, we'll make sure we're not blocking out the light. Here we go. Another one. This one is, again, another piece that I needed in the collection. Another piece that I've been looking for. And finally, as we almost complete our Psycho Sid or Sid Justice figures, this one here is going to be really cool. I'm going to actually take the attire off of him, probably display it somehow on the side in the packaging, and then have him in his wrestling attire there for this Sid Justice. And now we've got Psycho Sid in that latest Legends series, which is a great figure. We now have this one in the collection. I do need to get that Monday Night Wars Sid in that out-of-ring attire. And then after that, I'm pretty much done with Psycho Sids for the time being, unless we get something again that's just completely different. And I guess we'll see how that goes. I don't know, with him getting inducted into the Hall of Fame, I would like to believe that we may see another figure of him shortly, or something maybe released on him shortly. Who knows? That is all to be determined. But Psycho Sid, Sid Justice, the man here, he is just an absolute just tower of a guy, you know, crazy big guy in the business. And I don't normally go into stuff here, but what do we got back here? 6'9", just a massive mountain of a man in Psycho Sid, or Sid Justice, you know, of course, depending on how he's feeling that day. But Sid Justice here, fantastic figure. Happy to add it to the collection. And like I said, we're going to have to customize it a little bit and get it to where I would like it to be. But this one's going to be up on the wall very soon, and it will look exactly how I want it to look. So that way we can see the referee attire as well as the, you know, actual gear underneath, which I think is great that Jazzwares. It's great that Mattel does that with a lot of figures. You know, you really get that 2-in-1 where it's not molded. At least you can actually use it in different ways and make 2 figures out of 1. Up next, talking about 2 figures out of 1, this is 1 figure that became 2, and it is none other than the final boss. It is The Rock. The Rock. I'm trying to keep this glare off of here. Let's see if we can back it up more. Maybe over here is better. There we go. A little bit closer. I don't want it to be too far away. Then you guys can't see it, right? Let's put it on a little bit of an angle there. There we go. Back it up just a smidge. There we go. We can pull it over just a little bit. So, I say 1 figure made into 2. Obviously, I joke, I kid, but realistically, this is the last Ultimate Edition Rock that we received, and it's just been redone again with some different accessories. And as we normally usually get the head that's on it and 2 heads, in this one we get the head that's on it and then 3 heads. A lot of good stuff here. The Mama Rhodes belt, I think that's great. I think that was probably a big selling point for a lot of people, aside from if you didn't already have this Rock. If you didn't get this Rock where he comes with the, you know, final boss type, you know, gear, if you will, very similar to what this is, but in different colors. And he had that People's Championship belt, the newer incarnation of it. If you didn't get that, then obviously this is definitely a big one on the list for most people, I would assume. However, for me, I'm going to have to go in and look, see what that other Rock is looking like in comparison to this. I think I may make one just massive mashup of the final boss and put the attire on him for, one of them and put the other one in the side there. So we'll see how that all goes. Maybe I'll make a mashup of sorts and show that off on the channel down the way. But a great figure here all the way around. I mean, Ultimate Edition Rock, how can you go wrong? He's one of the few guys that I do think fits the mold when it comes to Ultimate Editions. And I only say that because sometimes you get these Ultimates and, I don't know, just for me personally, it's great as far as posability. I mean, there is no doubt about it that they just have a crazy amount of articulation. But I will say when it comes down to some points of just the usability of a figure, especially for, people that are still, doing action shots, doing stop motion. And of course, obviously with the posability, you'd probably want to get these Ultimates, but I do feel like a lot of people still love the Elites a little bit more just because of the way that they, they pose less, but they do more in some ways, if that makes sense. It's, I don't know, sometimes with these Ultimates, you start moving them, and before you know it, the thing's all over the place. Legs are split out over here, the arm's going around the back, the shoulder, is moved back, this piece is going, this piece is going. It's just a lot of moving parts. So maybe for somebody who's trying to get the most playability out of it and have the most fun with it, you'd probably be in the middle point of an Elite. You don't want a basic, but maybe you don't need an Ultimate either. So, but either way, a great figure here. Can't wait to really compare this with the other Rock and see where we go from there. But this is a fantastic figure. The final boss, the Rock, the great one, the people's champ, the most electrifying man in all of sports and entertainment. It is none other than Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And what a figure, though. Like I said, great figure here. And I also got to say, a lot of people complaining about these being, destroyed coming in from Amazon. I was very shocked that with the way they sent this to me, which was pretty crazy because it wasn't a bubble mailer. I can't believe that it came as good as it did. I mean, this thing's like in better shape than most figures that I get from other places that are packaged more properly than this. And yeah, I just can't believe this came in such great condition. So either way, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. And that one, I guess I took a win on, but it's all right. It's only shortly down the road. I'll get something that comes extra bubble wrapped in a nice box, and it will be destroyed before it even got in there, which sometimes, I don't know, that could just be as much of a weird thing as it is. Sometimes people are selling items, they're obviously already damaged, and I don't know if they can get any worse, but they're definitely trying to make sure they don't. But either way here, let's get moving into what is one of the final items. Now, I always say I save the best for last. This is not the last item. We still have one more after this, but man, it was a close one. It was a close one on this. I could not decide what item should be the last item. I always say, in my opinion, I save the best for last. And you guys can tell me which one's your favorite down in the comments below. Make sure you do that. But this one, a tie for that position. It was a real tie, but coming in at the second to last, or second to best to last, is none other than the WWE All-Stars 2-pack we've got here. It's got none other than the Macho Man, Randy Savage, and John Morrison. And this figure combo here, this 2-pack, wow, I'll tell you, what a throwback. What a time to be alive, as they say. I was purchasing this and all the other ones in Toys R Us when they came out. Now, funny enough, I do not know if this was just a thing because maybe they were only exclusive to me in my area this way, but on this package, just like all the other ones, I don't remember them ever saying Toys R Us exclusive on them, as some other figures did, kind of like the 20-0 Undertaker and like the Brock Lesnar that was like the Defeat the Streak. They were all Toys R Us exclusive figures, and they had that on the package. Now, this right here, when I was purchasing these were exclusive to Toys R Us in my area. That's the only way you could get them. So I don't know if that was for everybody or how that would work in other parts of the country, other parts of the world. But these figures right here were exclusive to Toys R Us. And I'll never forget getting these. Of course, the CM Punk and Stone Cold, that was the number 1. This one was number 2. And Randy and Jake the Snake was my number 3. And only because at the time, I didn't really care for that pack. Obviously, Looking back on it now, I wish I never got rid of any of them because all three of them would be so well deserved to be in this collection and to be shown off on the channel. But unfortunately, as we all do, we do things sometimes that we regret later, and that was one of them. And now repurchased and back in the collection again, we've got the All-Stars 2-pack of Macho and John Morrison. Will I get any of the others? I don't think so. I don't really have a desire to get the CM Punk and Austin one because we already have the Austin vest from another figure, if I remember correctly. I'd have to double check on that. If not, then maybe I'd be looking for the vest only somewhere on eBay, but I don't think I really needed to get into that one, especially with the Punk kind of having like that re-release where we did get a very similar attire with his defining moments and also that ringside exclusive. And, of course, with the Jake the Snake and the Randy pack, I mean, we've got other figures of Orton that are similar, so I don't think I'd go for that. And I believe that we did get that Jake the Snake redone multiple times, if not once at least. Could be twice. I think he was redone in Ultimate Edition in that same attire, but I'd have to double check. I think that was the Coliseum collection. I could be wrong, but I'm going to have to double check on that one. But I don't think I have much of a reason to get those other two. So probably will end with this one here. This All-Stars pack is going to be the one and done for me. But again, so excited to add this to the collection and so happy that this one is finally back in the collection where it belongs, Macho and Morrison. And here they are in that All-Stars pack. Like I said, let me know in the comments below, did you only get these at Toys R Us? What is in your area? Where were these located? Where did you find them? Because as I always remembered, and I'd have to look back, but they were Toys R Us exclusive, at least for me. I don't remember getting them or seeing them anywhere else ever. So I believe that they were a Toys R Us exclusive, at least, like I said, in my area and my end of the woods. Maybe it is different for you, so let me know in the comments below. And now, the deciding factor of what was the best figure in this video. It was tough. Like I said, it was very tough. I did not have a good time trying to make this last final decision here when it was coming down to that 2-pack in this figure. But man, this one, it just means so much to me. It is such a gem. And if you even could say a grail for myself and maybe for many others. And what could that be, guys? Well, it is none other than Ring Rage Ruthless Aggression Series 17.5, 17 and a half. None other than John Cena. And this John Cena, if you don't know, well, now you know. It is from his Bad Bad Man music video. They made this figure to mimic that. So up in the top right-hand corner, as you can see there, that is a wig. It fit right on Cena in this figure perfectly. I mean, I had this figure as a kid. I had it open. This figure is amazing. So that wig that's up there that he wore in the music video, of course, the A-Team, and being part of the A-Team, being the bad man that he is, he had that wig, obviously, to mimic his, A-Team character, as well as they had everybody else in there as well. And very cool to see Trademark and Bumpy Knuckles in there also in that bad man music video. Very, very cool. But this figure is just so iconic for me. To somebody who looks at this, they might say, it's just a Jakks figure. It's, the generic body. It's the same old same. What is so special about it? But this Cena is absolutely incredible. Like I said, I mean, for them to make this back in the day, it just shows the popularity that John Cena had and just how his trend-setting ways were so big, so crazy at that time, and just so desired by so many fans. This figure I have seen all over the place at price point. I think I got an amazing deal on this. Again, shout out to Jaden. She was absolutely amazing with everything that we did, back and forth, and just again, big shout out to her. She was awesome. And I'm going to put a post up on the Facebook page as well. You're definitely going to want to go and do business with her. And again, this is just so cool, between the outfit being very much spot on to the video, the wig that it comes with, obviously it's rubber, but still perfect fit on the head. I remember putting it on when I was opening this way back. I mean, you're talking, I was probably doing that with this figure, opening this figure up, putting this wig on John Cena and displaying him. God, what would that have been? All of 20 years ago, probably. I mean, this is just insane. And another big key factor in this figure that just makes it so awesome, the Chain Gang pendant, the big spinner pendant logo there, his necklace that he had, that chain is actually all free-formed as far as it's actually, you know, it's plastic. I don't think it was real metal. It might have been. It may have been metal. The chain that's actually holding on to it might be, but I think the actual pendant is plastic. But either way, it's real. That's what I love about that so much, is that obviously the ones that we get from Mattel, they are molded, they're plastic, they don't move, they're just, you know, they're set as they are, which is fine. You know, they make a great product as well, and I do love the ones from Mattel, but this is so much more detailed for what it is. I'm sure Mattel could come out with something like this, but this is absolutely incredible. And this whole figure, just like I said, it comes together so incredibly perfect, and I just love this figure. I cannot believe that it is back in my collection. As we spin this around to really get a good idea of where we were at, face-flipping fighters, oh my god, think about what that was like back then. You know, that was something that everybody wanted as well. I remember John Cena having one of those. I remember a few of those coming into my collection. Unfortunately, none around anymore. Adrenaline Series 15, those were the 2-packs, and man, that Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio 2-pack, what a 2-pack that was. And I remember having that and loving that pack because it had the ripped Rey Mysterio mask. Of course, it was molded, but still so cool. And that official scale ring down there with the classic Superstars figures. Man, what a time to be alive. I remember every time seeing this backing to a package, just thinking how cool it was to have these figures, you know, have this ring. And what an absolute great time to be a collector. I mean, Jakks was fantastic for a lot of things, as we can, you know, talk about how there's the bad and the good in every toy line, but Jakks always had just such a great, you know, just a great amount of figures that were always coming out. It seemed like it just never ended. It was always pushing the rings, the play sets, a lot of great stuff from Jakks, and this figure being one of them. But without further ado, guys, this has been another episode of New Figure Pickups. It's episode 109. Like I've always said, if you've been with me for 108 previous episodes, man, I appreciate you oh so much. And if this is your first time here today, I appreciate you oh so much as well. Make sure, if it is your first time, you get over to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon if you want to see and hear from me each and every single day, because we are posting videos each and every single day. Doesn't matter whether it's game content, new figure pickups, figure hunts. It could be the shorts, the clips, all the stuff that we do on here. There is videos every single day, sometimes multiple. So make sure you're checking those out. And as always, like I say every time, leave me a comment on this video. What of these figures that you've seen here today, which ones are you going to pass on? Which ones are you trying to get right now? And what was your favorite figure here today? Like I said, mine was this John Cena. It was a close call. It was a tie, basically, with that Macho Man Morrison All-Stars 2-pack. But this Cena had to take the cut and take the gold for me. You know, it is what it is, man. Cena's my guy. He always will be. And it's crazy that over 100 days have passed since we've seen John Cena in his final match. And man, I'll tell you, what will the future of WWE be without the man that we cannot see, the never seen 17, John Cena? What an incredible guy here. And it is just amazing, the career that he's had. And look at the toys from now till, you know, all the way going back to this and then even before. It's just amazing. The man has been around for so much and so many years, and straight icon, absolute icon, legend, all of the above, and can't say enough good things about that man. And yeah, that is where we wrap up this video, guys. So again, thank you for being here with me for another episode of New Figure Pickups. And until the next time, I will see you all there. Stay safe and stay tuned.